Hey, Shalom fan, at this time, I'm going to do this very important video. I'm going to make it brief as possible, yes. Because I'm going to show you returning to the peace offerings and sin offerings. Yes, this is going to be reinstated when our temple be rebuilt, the third temple, brothers. So we're going to look at Ezekiel chapter 43, verse 18, and verse 27, and chapter 44, verse 15 and 29. Brothers, so I'm going to make this brief as possible to show you some things about the priests when they're going to be reinstated. Yes, there's a lot of things going to take place, brothers and sisters. It's things we must do, brothers and sisters. That's why when you read Ezekiel chapter 37, it's talking about dry bones coming up out of the grave of exile. Yes. Now y'all say you're going to put a spirit into us and they're going to tell us to go home. Yes, the spirit is for the sole purpose at this time, this knowledge to go home. Yes. With all the other scriptures that deal with the prophecy, yes, a lot of people don't understand these scriptures, brothers. So you can see people twisting you all, trying to twist you around. And these are the facts, brothers, because they don't understand all the words of Yah. They're going to show like somebody call themselves the priest, call themselves a priest, when they don't even know the orders of the priests. They don't know who y'all going to install and what priest going to do what. I'm sharing a little bit of that with you real quick, brothers and sisters, that you may understand these things. It's very important, brothers and sisters. I'm not trying to beat down nobody, but we got to take our place. Some people call themselves priests, and not even of the tribe of Levi, brothers and sisters. And so we're going to go and look at this right here, because all of y'all got certain priests going to do certain things. And from the seed of Zadok, the one that kept all of y'all charge, going to be the one that's going to be nearest to Yah. The other priest is not. So we're going to look at that real quick in how this peace offering and sin offering going to be reinstated. A lot of people, because they look into, and many of us been deceived, and some came to the knowledge and dropped the deception. But a majority of our family is under this deception. Now they're teaching this lie that somebody came and died for them and removed the cover the offerings forever. No, only reason why the offering was removed, just like the feast days, the Sabbath, the new moons, all the appointed days was removed all together. Well, y'all put our ancestors out of the land, the northern tribe first, then the southern tribe. All of these things ceased for a period of time. This is what's going on now. Y'all said, just like he told Danny, y'all, just like when he prayed to Yah, confessing his sins before Yah. He turned back to Yah and acknowledged that all the sins of the people. Yes. And you can read that about Solomon done this. King David said this prayer and return back to Yah and confess our sins. Now Yah said he would remember that land when we do these things. He's remember his covenant and bring us back home. Yes, so all this to be reinstated. Because we got to go back home to be clean. That's why Yah said in captivity we are unclean to him. So he don't accept all of these things from it. Only thing Yah said at this time he accept is our confession, which is the acknowledgement of our ancestors' sins and our sins. These they can bring it back home. But all these things, what the feast and all that is not instituted. That's what people have you to believe. Since we turn back to Yah, all these things has been reinstated. Not here in America or any place in captivity. So let's get into this right here, because a lot of things got to be taking place. The temple got to be rebuilt. The altar got to be rebuilt, because the altar is the place on every solemn assembly, Kodesh gathering. You must present an offering on the Sabbath. Then it got to be a daily offering. Then it got to be the peace offering. Got to be established back with Yah. Before we ever be reconciled back to Yah, a peace offering got to take place. A sin offering got to take place. The altar got to be atoned, make atonement for. The high priest, the priest got to be make atonement. Be atoned. The people got to be atoned, be reestablished in relation to their object. That's why the peace offering comes forth to add peace with Yah. Let's get into this real quick. Chapter 43, verse 18 reads, it said, and he said unto me, Son of man, there saith Yah, Barah, these are the ordinances of the altar in the day when they shall make it to offer burnt offerings thereon, to sprinkle the blood thereon. Let me go read down to verse 19. I'm just going to go ahead and read down. I'm going to read it all the way out. So it says, and you shall give to the priests, the Levites, that be of the seed of Zadok, which approach unto me. See, only one going to be able to approach to Yah at that time is the priest, the Levite priest, that be of the seed of Zadok, which approach unto me, to minister unto me, saith Yah, Barak, a young bullock for a sin offering. You see that? Showing right there, this division he saw upon the third temple being rebuilt. The sons of Zadok, or the seed of Zadok, going to approach him. To minister before Yah, a young bullock for a sin offering. And you shall take of the blood thereof and put it on the four horns of it and on the four corners of the saddle and upon the borders round about. And thus shall you cleanse and purge it. See, this how, brothers and sisters, they're going to purge the altar. So let me keep reading. 21. You shall take the bullock also of the sin offering, and he shall burn it in the appointed place of the house, and outside the temple. 22. And on the second day you shall offer a kid of goats without blemish for a sin offering, and they shall cleanse the altar as they see. Let me get close. Right here. Let me find my place with the pencil. And they shall cleanse the altar Okay, let me read for they did cleanse the altar as they did cleanse it with the bullock. You get that, brothers and sisters? I missed one point right here, though. Let's say without blemish for a sin offering, and they shall cleanse the altar as they did cleanse it with the bullock. You get that? 23. And when you has made an end of cleansing it, you shall offer a young bullock without blemish, and a ram out of the flock without blemish. 24. And you shall offer them before Yah, and the priest shall cast salt upon them, and they shall offer them up for a burnt offering unto Yah. 7 days shall they prepare every day a goat for a sin offering, and they shall also prepare a young bullock and a ram out of the flock without blemish. 7 days shall they purge the altar and purify it, and they shall consecrate themselves. See now, when the altar is being purified, after the altar, then it's saying they shall consecrate themselves, which make atonement for. See themselves. 27. And when these days are expired, which is ended, it shall be that upon the 8th day and so forward, the priest shall make your burnt offerings upon the altar and your peace offerings, and I will accept you, saith Yah. Barak. You see that? Let me get right there. See? 27. And when their days are expired, it shall be that upon the 8th day and so forward, the priest shall make your burnt offerings upon the altar and your peace offerings, and I will accept you, saith Yah, Barak. You see that, brothers and sisters? At that time, these things must be fulfilled. 44th chapter by the priest of the Zadok priest. The 44th chapter and verse 15 reads, it said, but the priest, right here, we read it together. It say, right here, let me get my finger pencil on it. But the priests of the Levites, the sons of Zadok, that keep the charge of my temple, when the children of Israel went astray from me, they shall come near to me to minister unto me, and they shall stand before me to offer unto me the fat and the blood, saith Yah Barak. Keep that in mind. 29. Verse 29. 44th chapter of Ezekiel. They shall eat the meat offerings and the sin offerings and the trespass offerings and every dedicated thing in Israel shall be theirs. You get that, brothers and sisters? This is talking about the priests of Yah and the Zadok priests, brothers and sisters. And there's going to be some duty for the other priests that is of the Levite tribe. But only the sons of Zadok will minister close to Yah and deal with the sin offerings and the trespass offerings and the peace offerings. These are the words of Yah, brother. Never let nobody trick you, brothers and sisters. Because with this knowledge what's going out now, people are going to be going all kinds of ways with it. And they don't even understand all the words of Yah. They're going to be twisting scriptures because they don't read all the scripture. They don't know all the scripture that concern the feast days of Yah and all the prophecies. Let me show you this right here. Because this is the whole state we all should be in when you obey Yah. Those who keep the feast, your own feast. Like I got videos to point these things out to you. But when you keep the feast, when you obey Yah, and you're not trying to keep your own feast, but call them Yah feast, this is the condition you should be in. Like, and it's a fine. This is a prophecy for the time period right here. Chapter 3, verse 18. So fine, y'all. 18 right here. He said, I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of you, to whom the reproach, the dishonor of it was a burden. See, the dishonor of it is a burden because we're out of the land, we're in captivity. And so it's a dishonor to us because we're not home. But these are the words of Yah I share with you. I share this in love because people are going to try to twist you up and turn you away from Yah. And you'll be keeping your own feast just like the people back then. I came to them with the prophets and told them plainly, I don't accept your feast. I don't accept your new moons, your Sabbaths. All this is defiled before me, detestable before me. Because they let strangers in there take bribes and everything against Yah. And Yah punished them, brothers and sisters. He told them this. And he did exactly what he said, brothers and sisters. And this way we stand up right here, brothers and sisters. I know this is a hard saying. I know it's going to hurt. But right there, that's prophecy tell you. We're going to be sorrowful in this time period. Those who obey Yah. Yah said he's going to deliver those and gather those. That's why those who are going to gather with me going to meet them ships. Just like Isaiah 69 said, the ones that wanted for the Sabbath. Because no, we got to go back to Yah and get our rest. That's why we will never get a rest in captivity. People out here rejoicing. They think, you would never want to go home. And Yah said keep the feast. Why would you want to go home to Yah and you rejoice while your enemy's killing you? Just making a big old party. Everybody making a party, getting together and partying. All of these days you keep is your own days, the moons, the months. Y'all say he did away with all that for now. He stopped it. He ain't doing away with it. He stopped it. because he's punishing us. He didn't stop it in heaven, but he stopped it on earth. I got some brothers saying, one brother said, oh, it's universal. When it was universal? When everybody on the earth kept the Sabbath? And then kept the y'all, wait, nobody. He said, will come the time when we get back home, if Egypt do not come up, there's going to be no rain in anybody else, brothers and sisters. To tell you, you got to keep it only in the land of Yah. They're going to have to come up. That's what he said. If they don't come up to the feast, Egypt don't come up, there's going to be no rain. Show you, how can you keep it in captivity? Well, Abiyah said, when we go back home, and everything be reestablished and reinstated, he said, if Egypt don't come back to the feast, that show you that you just can't keep it any way you want to. Go out and lie, you are your false priests of Yah. That's who you are. You own your priests, your own kings, false kings everywhere popping up. Everybody got to have a king behind their name. Well, Abiyah said there's only going to be one king, brothers and sisters. And the priest is Zadok. They're going to be in charge. You don't even know what line you are a priest, and people saying they priests. Don't even know what tribe they from and calling themselves priests. You're all out of the will. That comes from the New Testament teaching. That's all I have to say, brother. I don't want to make this video too long because I got other things to do. With that, you got to study these scriptures, brother. I already studied them. I'm putting them out to you, making them plain. If you want to go in and twist them in your lie, you go ahead, and they still going to be your own feast, just like our ancestors kept their feast. And Abiyah, what he did with them? He threw them all out of there. Got them all out of there. They thought they were doing right. Abiyah got them all out of the land. You're going to die by your enemies by disobeying Abiyah. If you turn a brother or sister away from seeking Abiyah and leaving this land of captivity, because that's all you do. When you talk against Yah words, you hold people back. They'll be content here in America, in their house, with their cars and trucks, and going around think they're keeping their feasts, but they're keeping their own feasts and their own Sabbaths. With all the cookouts that you can have, and all the food you can have, all the raising the hand, all the music you can play, Abiyah don't even hear you when you disobey him. That's all I have to say, brother. I'm doing this in love. Shalom.